Sage and timely counsel as always, and I intend to heed it. A wise man learns from his mistakes and strives not to repeat them. I shall bring the crown to Mystra. She'll cure me of my affliction, and I'll finally be free. And a more deserving one this time around. If this adventure has taught me anything, it's that there are things in this world far more valuable than power. Besides, I'm growing quite fond of this merry band of ours, but I'd quite like to see what happens to it. I'm sure Mystra will summon me soon enough, but until then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and reckless abandon in our hearts.
I am seldom one to imbibe, but even I shall make an exception on a day like today. I think we have earned it, no?
Excellent. Let's see if the elf song's still standing. Their Golden Sands brew goes down real easy.
I honestly don't mind what we do once we get to the... Ow! What the... Oh no. Oh God. Well, it was nice when it lasted. Ah! I'm sorry. I have to go.
I suppose that's the last time any of us will see him. And the last time I'll ever see the sun.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So are you. My friend. My companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlach, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with the blade of Avernus at your side. Zariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlach.
Fine. I'll go. Well, with you. But we have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Last night was perfect. Though I couldn't help lying there thinking about my parents before you stirred. I gave them the release they asked for, freed myself from Shah's grasp just as they wished for. But there's moments where I think I'd trade that to be able to see them again. Talk to them again. There's so much only they could have told me. But that's all gone now. I've got to move on. Find some place for myself. I think so. Yes. It's just up to me to recognize it when it's in front of me. I don't know exactly what lies ahead for me, but at least now I can choose my own path. With you at my side, if you wish. I was hoping you'd say that. Whatever lies ahead will be far less daunting if I have you. It could be just like old times. Well, hopefully not exactly like old times. I think I've had enough camping and mortal peril for one lifetime.
Well, soldier, here we are. It worked. My engines calmed down. You come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zara's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods, like clockwork. They'll be on us soon. It's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out. Just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
Since the Netherbrain fell, you and Shadowheart have seen more of Faerun than you ever thought possible. She no longer shies from wolves or water. Nothing in the world frightens her anymore, and you feel you could face anything by her side. One day, you receive a letter passed to you by a stranger who bows with deference. An invitation to a gathering of the friends and allies who stood by your side in the fight against the Absolute. You waste no time in packing and set off on the long road back to where all of your adventures together began.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
He wishes to live vicariously through the attendees' appetites.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
I found this. It smelled like you, so I kept it. Seemed like something you might like to throw? Oh, I've been so good. I've got a nice home in the city now. A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend. She's mine too. Also you and Albert. I've got so many best friends, I hardly know who to play with. I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
I didn't expect to be nervous. But seeing everyone here like this, it's strange, isn't it? I feel like I must have dreamed the last few months. Now I'm waking up back in camp with my hair smelling like wood smoke and fallen leaves stuck to my backside. Oh, I've noticed. Ever since I first slipped into my camp garments, I should think. So, we should divvy up what we tell people about what we've been doing these past few months. I'd hate to be a bore that comes along and regurgitates the same story to someone moments after you've told them. Any ideas? Well, there's the visit to the House of the Moon, fending off Sharan assassins. That stray imp that joined us. Bing Bong, wasn't it? We've squeezed in a lot. And I'm glad I got to share it all with you. I'm sure we'll have them hanging off our every word. I'll leave you to do some mingling, unless you need anything else. Why? Are you expecting to be gone for long? All right. I could get lost in those arms. That can be arranged. Almost a shame we're with company. I'd be tempted to let you whisk me away someplace quiet. With music in the air and wine flowing, I think I'll manage. Don't get into trouble, but if you must, fetch me first.
Friend? Friend! You came! Big Brother Scratch, too! Happy. Yes. Miss this. More! Yes! Big! But Scratch is smart. Teaches me many things. Like Big Brother. Lots! Make friends with a turtle, a cat, a kraken. Kraken eats my cat friend, so I bite, kill. With shiny clothes, I am strong. Tired now. Want sleep, want cave. Nice lady. She gives pets and tasty things. I like her. I go to her.
There you are. I was hoping...
Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Busy as ever. Better that. I've gotten quite good at replicating your You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think? Me. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword. But you mustn't let me hog your attention on...
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle.
Forest trees draped in a far cry from the rancid of... I swear, Karlach and I have... Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in. She's kept me on a long leash, if you can believe it. Every target she's set me on's been a demonic intruder. Tanari assassin. My next target's the most challenging yet. I'm not worried. Not when Karlach's got my back. I've seen him more than a few times. And he's leading the city. And the likes of Gortash can bend people. Bane's chosen primed the fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow. That cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, Father's pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be tear, he still believes in the bow and the blade. But valor is found not in the wounds you inflict. May they all take it to heart. I've missed you too. If I had to do it all over again, and well, that's enough. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on...
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed just as I hoped they would. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day. You are right, of course. I am accustomed to dwelling on now the task. And who's to say we need to make such gathering now? We have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. In that case, our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, the old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes. And the land is rich with It is, truly. Though a more complex evolved, we welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be, as am I. I may age more. Now, please, tell me all. And their appetite for bedtime tales is greater. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake. I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather... I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a... Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening. As much as I would like to. Quite often. They ask after you often. What you did for them. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned. On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her. Before you go, I have something. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company. Just a token to remember me by.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Soldier. I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so clean. I'd say so. Can't think of who's been carrying your pack now that... Man, we had some good times. Wish Will and I had more time to reminisce, but... Still, having him there has been incredible. Oh, but hey, guess what? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a... You haven't seen the last of old Karlak yet, soldier. Trying not to count my owlbears before they've hatched. But the thought of coming back to Baldur's Gate keeps me going. Can I look you up when I'm out? Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes, high... Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here. This won't be the last time.
Perhaps the bard knows some of my favorites.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. Ah, how nice to be understood again. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh. The upper city has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is. Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at. Baldurians simply get... Harpers have come from... My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Not so for my daughter. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing 8 ones. They might learn a thing or two, if they don't... there is still much... For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Ah, sentiment. I must inspect the refreshments.
Rank. I'd take ranks over this any day.
Sibu! I told you our friend was near.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice. You've no idea who I am. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Languishing in obscurity. Before I was banished to the fugue plane,
You feel a pang of divine guilt. Musical prayers went out of fashion among bards when Melil, Lord of Song...
I'm washed up, I'm afraid. You. Deep down, I knew you'd recognize me. Your wish is my... etc. What song do you want? Fantastic. Greetings, O cultured... Your wish is my... etc. What song do you want? Very well.
A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Greetings, O Your wish is my... Very well.
No doubt about it. Engine's cooking hotter here.
Boo! We are not dreaming. It is our old friend. Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days, you will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were... Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover. Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jahira is occupied with... the Zentarum rule the city's underbelly. So Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were hurt. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no? She told Minsk and Boo to behave themselves, but leave such matters for them all. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky? Aha, the lovebird still net. Though I am thinking yours does not sit on your shoulders, eh? There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. This pond shall do nicely, Boo.
Wish I'd had time to polish up the hose.
This seems pretty red, but... no, not even close.
One so fleshless a form, Withers is well versed in preparing. Hey, no, I not know where it is.
Take rat over this any day.
Perhaps the bard knows some of my favorites. Unless my taste in music is too antique, of course.
Hello. I wasn't sure our withered... And you're looking... Whatever you've been doing with your time, it clearly worked wonders. Love is... And where better to celebrate our good fortune? An old haunt with old... Exactly what I feared. Without the protection of our little friends, I was just an ordinary sport. I'm sorry I didn't seek you out that night. I felt... But time lent perspective. It wasn't your victory, it was ours. I've taken a turn. It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it. Let's not get perhaps more me than I've ever been. Hardly. Good people don't spend as much time lurking in the dark. You know, it's funny. At first, but in time, I realized that darkness is... I decided not to be defined by the choices other people made. This is who I am. In all my glory, for better. That being said, I haven't completely given... But until then, we've had quite the journey. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew I will miss our time together. See you later, darling.
Old friend. For 2 months I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more I skewered Kithraki Bay. But to see your face, it brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head. It's nice to hear it. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This Fey Run. Shractalor. I wouldn't expect you to. The capital city. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to their god king Zareth Minyaragith through the... It's fallen to me to secure an alliance. My blade is keen as ever. Sometimes, Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. And if he refuses, I am the comet. I will not... My people... But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy. Soon. I miss... I'll be back one day.
But is there one bottle of fresh blood?
Ah, there you are.
Oh, right. You. Hello. You helped Mr. Dacarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right? That doesn't sound like him. You ought to come visit myself and Gale when you're able. If you can extract yourself from what I'm sure are very important... We'll send word by pigeon when we've need of you. Ta-ta.
Some dirt. But there is some... This spot.
Do let me know if you...
Well, well. Look, Professor Gale Dacarios of Blackstaff Academy, educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance. She did not. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to... Even now I struggle to put the... Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils. Ah, it was at that moment, the weave connecting us. You were, of course, indulging me in submitting... Oh, they try their...
The cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned? And I couldn't be happier for you. I've told my students plenty of... I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohorts as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of... Excellent. I knew... Of course, you'll be most welcome. It will give us plenty of... I'm very curious to know what you... So, in the spirit of selfless...
Whole gang is here. Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
Why is the night air always sweeter? It's such a rich perfume.
bread of food, for one comprising mostly of bone. Perhaps he wishes to live vicariously through the attendees' appetites.
I learned much under these very skies. Such pleasure to see them once more.
I have missed this place. And these people. Well, some of the people.
Enjoying yourself, I hope. I know. Let's make tonight count. The only regrets I want to hear about come morning should revolve around an excess of carousing and questionable dancing. Are you trying to make me sleepy?
It truly is splendid to see everyone before you go. Yet, just...
What's inside?